All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to another popcorn-worthy episode of Shoot the Hoot RAW. Today, we're diving into video training, the backbone of every employee's security smarts, and the secret weapon for getting Carl to actually pay attention. We'll walk through why short, engaging cybersecurity videos beat slide decks and snooze fests. All right. We will show you how CyberHoot makes them stick like glitter at a craft fair. Right. So let's get started. All right. All right. The flight plan for today. Grab your favorite mug of brain juice and buckle up. Today we're hitting play on fast-paced flight covering why videos turn clicks into clarity. Plus a quick pit stop in Nerd Town, an open mic, and a horror story that'll make you rethink that 45 minutes compliance feature lecture. All right, let's get started. Let's be honest. No one's ever said, ooh, a 27-page PDF. Don't mind if I do. No, but a 2-minute video with real examples, clear guidance, and maybe a joke or two? Now you've got a shot at attention, and even better, retention. People retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video versus 10% when reading text. Now, so unless your policy PDF comes with popcorn, moving objects, and a plot twist, videos win every time. Our videos are made to be watched in a time it takes Carl to make a single cup of coffee. No fluff, no hour-long snooze fest or snoozers. Just focused, relevant, entertaining, people-friendly content on the latest cybersecurity threats. Did you know that microlearning boosts knowledge retention by up to 80% compared to traditional formats? Also, employees are 37% more likely to finish training. Doesn't feel like a punishment from 2006, right? Ouch. Here's what you get with our videos power up. Get that foundational sits, the most watched videos every employee needs. You get monthly Hootwise videos on the hottest cybersecurity topics fresh off the press from RV CISOs. You get micro assignments that actually get finished. Compliance tracking and automatic reminders, all delivered automatically through our autopilot platform. Now, let's see the videos power up in action and see how easy it is to assign, track, and keep your team ahead of today's threats. It's demo time. All right, let's remove this from the screen here. We'll share out the stage here. All right, our autopilot platform. So you see here on the left-hand side, we have all of our power-ups that are enabled. You should see videos over here on the left. If you don't see videos, that would be strange. You've probably turned it off, but it's there. You can just go in simply here. If it's disabled, you can configure it and enable it there. Otherwise, you can manage all the videos and the assignments across what's being enabled across all your tenants from this videos power-up page here. You can see all the ones that are currently assigned and active. You can see the ones that have been completed. You can also see all of your different tenants down here. So if you know you've got 10 customers and only 8 are showing up here, you've got a couple there that are not enabled right now. So how simple is it to enable them? Pretty simple. Click on the enable show underneath our obvious next. What do we do next? Click on enable here. You would select which tenants. Right now I only have 1, so I can do Titty and Sons. What start date do I want on that? I'll start them on the 27th. The foundational training speed, those 6 videos that are those base, I'll make those go out once a day. And then I want the Hootwise video trainings to go out. After that, we'll go out monthly. At that point, I would click enable. Now I'm not going to do that now, so I want to keep them disabled. And then pull me right back out to the main page. What about disabling? What if I want to turn off video training for 3 of my tenants? No problem. Hit your disabled videos right here. Click the 3 tenants you want to get rid of. Click disable, and then boom, they're turned off, shut down for videos. Now, you can also say, well, how are all my tenants currently doing? Click on that reports button there, and it shows you all your tenants and screens. What's their foundational compliance? What's their video compliance? What's the foundational video count? How many have been assigned so far? How many of the standard video counts have gone out, right? Our Hootwise ones. So you can see here very quickly these charts on how all your customers are doing and how they are along the path of their cybersecurity training. Now, you might say, well, you know, videos, I really only want the phishing simulations right now, so I don't really want to have videos on. We can actually disable the power up right here. We disable that power up. It's going to say, hey, look, we're going to turn this off for you. And once you have that turned off, all the metrics and everything goes away. It kind of disappears from the platform. Once you turn that off, videos removes from here. If you go into the individual tenants, so we'll go into one of our tenants. The videos that you see here, because you can manage it, as I said, at the videos level for power-ups right here at the power-up level, or you can manage it at the individual tenant level. So I'll go into my tenant here. And if it was disabled, of course, this wouldn't even show up. You might say, well, what if I want to turn off just for this one tenant? And I don't feel like going all the way back out to videos and doing 3 more clicks that way. No problem. All you have to do is come over to your settings here. On this guy, go down to your threat and monitoring, turn them off. Boom. Simple. How easy was that? Now videos are turned off, and you might say, well, I don't want to lose my history and all that stuff, so it's all gone. What if I turn off for just a week or a month or 6 months? It's gone. No big deal. Come back over to settings, go right back into the threat and monitoring, and turn that puppy back on. You can change the scheduling too if you want, the frequency. Save this guy, and next thing you know, everything's turned back on. All your history is back. All your assignments, your foundation, your history, your training, the schedule, it's all right there. Just expand those show details. When you see that, you're going to see these foundational schedule right here. These foundational sets. These are the videos we believe everyone should get as fast as possible. It's like if I'm going to a foreign country and I require inoculations, these are the inoculations that you need when you're starting cybersecurity in the business. You got to have these in. Introductory video about cybersecurity. It tells you a little bit about cybersecurity in general. We discuss phishing. We discuss passwords and password managers, 2-factor authentication, Wi-Fi securities. These are all insecurities. These are all important videos for everyone to take and get them done as soon as possible. Now you might say, well, Chuck, once I've got these assigned out, now I'm over to our HootWise monthly training that I've got assigned. Why do I care about this? Just take this off my screen. I don't need it anymore. Well, here's what happens. Your foundational training is required by everyone. So you might be compliant 100% for the first 9 months, but as soon as you add employee number 200, what happens is they're now assigned that training. Now, if they complete the training in time, you remain 100% compliant. But if they fail to do the training on time and they become non-compliant, your percentage points come down here. Maybe it's a 98, 97. I don't know the math exactly. It depends on how many users you have. But it comes down to like 98, comes down a little bit. And you'll see that. That way you know, hey, something's not quite right here. Now, once these sets are done, you go right into our HootWise monthly ones. These are the ones that our vCISO team gets together every year, and they say, what are the top 12 topics that are important today? They come up with those topics. They battle them out, which ones are the most important. They come up with scripts for them. They create the videos for them, and they put them out. Now, how simple is it to use these things? What do they look like, et cetera? You might say, I want to know what it looks like before my users actually get them, before my employees get them. You can actually come into the platform. You can actually simulate from the platform any training you want to simulate. So the simulation looks like this. What happens is they get an email in their inbox, and we get the email in the inbox that says, hey, your company wants you to take your cybersecurity video training. Click this link, get started. Give them a generic message right here about what we're doing. It's going to have your brand colors. Of course, the simulation won't be there. It'll have your brand colors. It'll tell you a minimum score of 75 or take you at least 3 times. Now, boom, we come through here. We can watch this video. Now, our videos are designed. Our videos are designed to give you videos. There could be cartoons. It could be anime. It could be real people. It could be no people. It could be just words. We try to make it very a variety. Because I said, variety is the spice of life, right? So we put that variety out there. You're just something a little different every time versus the same cookie-cutter approach to training. And then you want to turn your transcript on. The transcript will be turned on here. It'll be in the language that you selected for the customer. And like I have English selected. And as I play the video, I'm not going to play it now, but as I play the video, this thing will scroll along right with the words in the video, which is great. I like to actually read and helps me learn better. Once I do that, I can start this quiz. And upon starting the quiz, we tell them again, 75% or 3 more times. Now we'll go through this very fast. You see some questions only require 1 answer. Some require more than 1 answer. I'll probably fail this. I've only actually passed this, I think, 2 or 3 times in 5 or 6 months just guessing like this. And didn't do it this time either, right? So I can look at here. What do we have here? I got a 42% out of the 75. Now, in real production, it would tell you they got to take this at least 2 more times, right? Also see over here their current cyber ranking. You see your company rank, where they are in the company. The Learn More page takes them to their own cyber ranking page. And then we talked last week about our Train with Friends option. So that's what the video power-up looks like, how to send out, et cetera. Now, very easy. This will run forever. Once you get this set up and running, you set that checkbox on and say when it starts. It runs until you say stop, right? But what about the latest thing? What about the threats next year, Chuck? Like I said, our vCISO team, they're on it. They're giving you your training. They know what your users and your employees need to be safe on the internet, All right. So that's our videos power up. Pretty straightforward, designed to allow you to set it and let it run and outsource and assess that cybersecurity training right to CyberHoot, and we'll take care of your employees. All right, let me stop sharing this guy. I believe we're done. That's everything I wanted to cover. Boom. Let's add our slides back to the screen and back to the grind. So, you know, this video's power up. I recommend you have it on for everyone. I recommend you put out trainings monthly and to do those foundational trainings, you know, at least once a week, but I would say preferably, you know, one a day for the first sets. Right. So now you learn about the videos power up. It's time for us now to glide into this week's nerd update, where we squash some bugs. We polished the Chrome a little bit and gave a few things a well-deserved makeover. Right. So what did we work on this week? All right. We made some small tweaks to my cyber ranks and patched the bug where admin logins weren't being tracked in autopilot. Turns out if an admin logs in and no one records it, did it even happen? Answer, yes, it happened, but now we're actually tracking it. Our Hoot phishers got smarter too. Assignments can now send results via email. So finally, phishing with the follow-through, right? And because security is global, we added language support for Hoot phish challenges. Now you're trained to confuse users in any language. Kidding. Mostly. Over in Custom Hoot, you can now edit, delete, and archive trainings right from the dashboard. No more chasing those trainings down a hallway of tabs. Everything's within a few clicks. We also renamed the contact email to the support email just for clarity, because when Carl emails your CTO about a phishing sim, we want to make sure it goes to the right inbox. And your training certificates, they've been cleaned up too. No more inconsistent security tags. Now they're as sleek and as sharp as your users who completed them. Also, powerful security updates were rolled out behind the scenes, keeping your data safe and our pen testers slightly less smug. We also made Custom Hoot Group even easier to find, manage, and connect to, with API upgrades that developers will appreciate and users will never notice, which is the goal. And finally, our icons got their act together. No more alignment drama. They're sending information like a well-trained cyber squad. So that's it. That wraps up this week's nerd update. New features, fit some quirks, just enough polish to make our dev team want to take a nap. But now it's your turn. Let's open the floor for questions, clarifications, and your best curveballs. But first, boom, our Hoot coupon alert. Be the first to send videos 10 to ShootTheHoot@cyberhoot.com and get 10% off your next invoice. Write the email, click send, and get that 10. If you're not watching live, still send that code. Maybe no one has yet. Or maybe I'll give you the 10% off anyway. I do that sometimes. All right, Q&A. It's your turn, guys and gals. Your turn. Got questions about video training? Want to know if Carl can binge watch them at 2 times the speed with subtitles and a snack tray? Spoiler alert, yes, and he does. Drop your questions in our chat. The more oddly specific, the better. We're ready for anything from how short is too short for a training video, or can I embed this into my company karaoke night? Why not? So what questions do we have for me today? All right, question number 1. Can I assign just one video from the foundational sets? Absolutely. The platform is designed to be very configurable, whether it be automation or customization. So you don't have to assign the full foundational sets all at once. You can pick and choose from, well, one, if you're doing the automation, you can pick and choose to say go out once a month at all. But if you just want to assign just one, you can pick and choose any individual video that fits your needs, whether it's passwords, phishing, a foundational sets, or Carl's personal favorite, why you shouldn't plug in strange USB drives you found in the parking lot. You would just disable the video's power-up automation and use custom hoots to control the training. Easy peasy. So Autopilot gives you that power of automation along with that power of customization, right? So next questions. All right. What happens if an employee skips video trainings for a few weeks? So listen, life happens. Employees are going to miss trainings. It's just the way it is. And Autopilot is built to roll with it and work with it. If someone misses it a few weeks, they'll still get their next assigned video right in rotation and on time. They'll also receive friendly reminders that there is some outstanding training that needs to be done. With the final reminder, CC in the HR contact. If you want to, you can even check their training history to see what's completed and what's pending and remind them gently, or not so gently. I'm not looking. So speaking of questions, here's one where we never want to hear. Why didn't anyone catch this sooner? Let's move on to our hoot-worthy story. A mid-sized company had just rolled out cybersecurity training to all its 300 employees. Everything was set up, the assignments, the content, and the deadlines. One problem. No one told the employees. The welcome emails, never enabled. The reminders, also disabled. The training, ghost town. Cue the bale of hay going across the town there. Weeks later, the compliance report was pulled. It looked like the opening scene of a zombie movie. 292 people had 0% complete. The IT lead said, I thought the system just did everything automatically. Spoiler alert, it does. Well, most do, if you tell them to. Moral of this story, great training doesn't matter if no one knows it's there. Always double check your settings, especially the ones that send invitations and reminders. Otherwise, your training may be the best kept secret in the company. Training is not this field of dreams. If you build it, they won't always come. Unless you send an invite, maybe you bribe them with a few donuts. So I did that training out there and voice it. Get people talking about the training. Make cybersecurity training and a culture at your company. Talk about it. Talk about scores, etc. All right. And that's a wrap for this week's episode of Shoot the Hoot RAW. We're 17 minutes in, so we're right on track. If you learned something new today, give yourself a gold star, or at least a second cup of coffee. Remember, videos don't train employees until someone actually watches them. So go, assign those foundational sets, turn on those train reminders, and maybe, just maybe, don't let Carl watch on 5 times speed this time. Send questions and comments to shootthehoot@cyberhoot.com. I'd love to hear from you. What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? And how can we do this better? Talk to me. Next week, we're closing out our Founder Series with yours truly, Chuck Taylor, the full stack hootster, from code to quips and closing deals. It'll be code, it'll be chaos, it'll probably involve some dad jokes. Until then, laugh, learn, and hoot up. Hoot up.